here we are on the start in its 10th year, the Diamond Jubilee Challenge Cup, Junior Women's Quads.
Attention, go!
And it's Redwood, USA against Hartpury College.
Well, this is the final race of the day in Redwood. On the left of our picture there, it looked like they were hardly any leg drive on the first stroke. They were almost a sort of three-quarter slide already before they just pushed their legs the last tiny way down. But it looked like got them away really nice and quite quickly up against Hartpury on the right of our picture. And let's hope we're in for a good close race at the end of the day here at Henley.
Yeah, well, I mean, Redwood are seeded. They come over from the US, so they believe they've got some potential in this event. Hartpury came through the qualifiers. Doesn't necessarily mean that they're not going to be quite as strong, but they've had to sort of show their mettle in a time trial in order to get into the draw and get through a couple of rounds to be here today. And it looks like we've got an early lead from the Americans on the far side of the picture in that distinctive white boat there, sculling nice and long and strong. But Hartpury absolutely attacking in this early phase. It looks from here like the crews are a bit close together. Harder to tell from this angle, but I think Hartpury are probably straying over a little bit towards the centre of the 22-metre wide course here. Yep, and we join the race live down the middle of the course. You can see umpire Andy Crawford waving the white flag and indicating that it's the Hartpury crew, as I was calling earlier, that need to sort of steer away from the centre a little bit. They're just coming out of their station. The rules here require the two crews to stay on their stations to prevent any risk of interference with each other. We want the cleanest and safest possible racing, and Hartpury have responded quickly and correctly.
Yes, as you say, Hartpury get back onto their station, but any steering from them I don't think will bother the Redwood Scullers on the right of our picture. They look like they're in good control of this. Sometimes you find if a boat gets in front of you like that, you just lose it a little bit and you almost get pulled towards them as their bow wave might catch you, which perhaps is what happened to Hartpury. But they've corrected it, got back on station, and if anything now, it's this crew from Redwood who are straying slightly towards the middle of the course, and now just see Lee ahead in the bow seat, just making that little correction to get back on course.
This is a crew that's had some time together. One of the things in these key boats, particularly in quads, you know, time together really does make a difference. That synchronism and that ability to depend on each other. They won the Head of the Charles Regatta last year and had some really fast times through the season here. And we're looking now at the Redwood Scullers from the USA. In the bow seat with the blonde pigtails, we've got Lila Henn taking a glance over her shoulder, checking the steering. In front of her, Georgia Hutchinson, Alice Dommer and Caroline Phipps. They're all 16, 17 and 18 years old respectively. The youngest, Lila, 16 in the bow seats, has got a bit of extra responsibility there for the steering they've chosen to put her there. Suggests she's got a wise head on those young shoulders. Just checking over her shoulder again to make sure she's lined up towards the finish. And well, Hartpury, they're still attacking and still in touch with an opportunity here. Real grit and determination, and that's what you need at this point in the race.
Yeah, they're going to keep going for sure, sitting behind Ella Bardsley-Taylor in the stroke seat. She was 5th in the single at National Schools. Olive Anderson behind her. Bieber, Reb Johns behind her, and Nell Papworth in the bow seat, as we see them just having to make a little bit of a correction there against that mile marker where that number 1 goes up to show them that the other crew, the Redwood Scullers, are in the lead.
Yep, here we come through to the enclosures. Really nice sculling from both of these crews. And, well, Hartpury, that coherence you can really see, can't you? You called it off the start, I think. You know, there's really nice kind of light work from this Redwood crew. Quite an easy stroke, almost like they're not doing very much. And, you know, that effortlessness is a really efficient style of rowing. And obviously they're not having to expend every watt that they've got in the tanks at the moment, but really nice, effortless sculling, efficient sculling. Look at that boat, really sitting flat in the water, not a lot of up and down movement, just carving through smoothly.
Yeah, it is carving through smoothly, and yeah, they do look really efficient and nicely moving together. It's interesting as we see Lila Henn in the bow seat. She likes having a little look over her shoulder. She's used to practicing in the San Francisco Bay, where I imagine there may not be quite as much clarity, it may not be quite so easy, there may be more hazards, but as it is, she should know she's on a dead straight course. There's not too much to look over her shoulder for.
Well, what a great evening session of rowing here. The last race of the day. Golden sunlight now just dropping as The rising Berkshire Hills in the background put us into a little bit of shadow for the last couple of 100 meters of this race. Deck chairs are emptying out as spectators are heading off for some nourishment to return tomorrow to Henley, and a final glance over the shoulder from Lila Henn of Redwood, USA, looking for the finish line. There it is, Lila, don't worry, you're nearly there. Well steered and well sculled for these 4 junior women in the Diamond Jubilee Challenge Cup. And well, they're through to the next round. This is the last race of the day on Thursday at Henley. And some cheers from their appreciative fans who've travelled across. And here's Hartpury crossing the line. It wasn't to be there today. Today they raced a really experienced junior women's quad. So Diamond Jubilee Challenge Cup, it's Redwood Scullers USA beating Hartpury College.